we're going to do 4 simple steps here, folks. So we're going to create a database. We're going to, first, we're going to help you sign up. We're going to create a database. We're going to load the data, and we're going to query this data. Thank you, Dave. So let me share my screen, and I'm going to help you get started. So if you've never used SingleStore, you get started at SingleStore.com, right? So SingleStore.com is our website. If you've never signed up, it's easy to sign up. You click on the free trial link. It takes you to this page. And this is where you can sign up either with your Google credentials or with your Microsoft credentials, or you can do it the old-fashioned way, your name and email address, company email address, and continue to sign in. You'll need to answer a couple of basic questions about how you're going to use this database, and you will be on your way. So it's that simple. But I wanted to show you the screen just to show you that when you sign up, you also get $600 of free credits. And credits basically is our currency, where you can use these credits against database compute resources that are running for your application. So let's get into it. Once you sign in, you will come to this sort of screen, right? So this is a brand new sign in I created. So a lot of it is completely empty. What I prefer to do, first thing, like any good developer, I want to change my theme to a dark theme. So much cooler. All right. So once we have that out of the way, let me orient you to what you're seeing here. So this is our home screen. We've got an onboarding checklist. You want to note that when you sign in, you will have a few credits already. And as you complete the tasks on this onboarding checklist, these are just to help you get started. So describing your use case, creating a workspace, which I've done already. So I already gained these credits. But if you complete a tutorial, invite team members and so on, you gain access to more credits and up to a max of 672 credits. So other things you're seeing on the screen here are the left sidebar, the right sidebar. Let's go to the right sidebar first. This is our chatbot assistant to help you with any technical questions. This is not human. This is like a generative AI chatbot. You can ask technical questions, and all of the responses are based on documentation and forums and internal links that we've uploaded to as the knowledge base for this chatbot. So, what is a SingleStore DB workspace? The chatbot pops up, and you see that this is pre-populated, the question, and Squirrel will actually analyze all the information it has and give you an answer on what it is. So there's a lot of questions I see already coming up in our Q&A. So you can actually try this as we're going and get immediate answers. So lots of cool stuff here. I'm also going to use this chatbot to actually generate some queries. So we will see that in a bit. On the left sidebar, so there's a few things going on. So we're at the home page. We're at the start page. There's a gallery. Now these are a set of notebooks that are pre-created for you to address simple scenarios. So everything from hybrid search to getting started with notebooks, or creating your own LLM app. So it kind of gets from 101 level to like 301 level, all kinds of stuff. So today we're going to keep it very simple. On the left sidebar, you've also got your cloud navigation, your developer navigation, and monitoring and pipelines. So let's actually get right into doing, creating a notebook. Creating a database. So the way we do it in SingleStore, we have the concept of workspaces, and there's a concept of workspace groups. So this is how you actually get started. So you create a workspace group, and as you see here, this defaults to group 2 because I already had a workspace group created, but you will get a chance to choose your cloud provider. So you want to specify either AWS, GCP, or Azure for this cloud trial. And you can specify which region you want to associate this workspace group with. Now, what the group does is it allows you to create your compute resources and your database, and manage them together in one place. So I'm going to leave most of these defaults on. You'll see that the workspace group is this is a summary, this is the name, and you can get started. I'm going to click on next. Now this next step is important. So this is the actual workspace that allocates compute resources to your your workspace, to your database actually. So these are the defaults I have in workspace group 2. This is a workspace 1. You'll see there's a size. Now this is the size of the workspace indicates how much compute and RAM you want to allocate to a database, right? So and it also aligns with how many credits you will end up using per hour. So as you can see here, the default is S00 and 2 vCPUs and 16 gigs of RAM. You can actually change this and to go way higher. In the cloud free trial that I'm using, it can go up to S16. But if you upgrade to standard or premium options, you will get other workspace sizes that are much more suitable, maybe much more suitable for your size. So I'm going to stick with S00 and I'm going to select that size. Also, you'll see here there are settings for more advanced features. So we have a proxy for MongoDB that you can connect your MongoDB applications for. If you're interested in that, you can keep that selected. Otherwise, I'm going to disable it for the purpose of this demo. And you also have an auto suspend option. Now, an auto suspend is simply to help you save compute resources and credits while you're not using your workspace. So I'm going to for this purpose, I actually don't need it. So I'm going to switch it off, but I would recommend for test dev purposes, you leave that on. We also have some sample data sets in case you're interested in pulling, pre-existing data sets for a MarTech application. You can just select this and keep going. I'm going to create this workspace as we have it now. You'll notice that it is in the US West group, which was the workspace group that we had selected. So I'm going to hit create. So what this does is it starts spinning up a new cluster, a new workspace, right? So this is deploying right now. And this basically means that the compute and memory resources are being allocated. And once this is done, you will also see that you will have an option to create a database right here. This could take a few minutes. So I'm going to switch over to the workspace that I already have, which is my group 1, workspace 1. It's the exact same configuration, but I already have this going ready for this demo, right? So just imagine that workspace got created, and now you have this workspace, which is the S00. Now, notice here that you have a connect option, and that what that allows you to do is you can use a SQL editor or you can connect directly. So if you go to connect directly, you can actually connect this. Okay, you can generate a strong password, but then you can connect to using a CLI client or any of these other options. There's a Mongo option. There's a connection to your BI tools, and you can actually choose your tool, and you'll see the connection strings there for your use. But for now, I'm going to do this much simpler. So I'm going to create the database. I have a table that I want to use to create the database. I'm going to show you that table real quick. So this is my sample data set. It's a small data set. It's Food Hub. You can liken it to a fictitious food delivery company, right? And what it's got is so this is just a CSV file. It's got orders. It's got restaurant names for those orders, cost of the order, when the order was placed, whether it was a weekday or weekend, and there's a few other fields here. So I have this CSV actually stored on my own computer, and I'm gonna use the CSV to create this database. So let's go back to our portal. I'm gonna name my database something. So let's call it Food Hub database, Food Hub underscore database. I want to make sure that I'm attaching it to the right workspace, and this is a read-write workspace. I'm going to create this database, and this database creation itself is going to be fairly quick. So Once the database is created, there we go. So this is a read-write workspace that is attached to our Food Hub database. And just know that we can actually attach multiple workspaces. So as your database grows, you can add workspaces to allow you to continue to have performance for your application. So now that this is done, I'm going to show you the easiest way to get started, right? So I have the CSV file. I want to show you what we've got as a preview right now. So this is available. This is a public preview. You can actually start using it right now. This is called Stages. And what Stages is it's a simple, it's like a storage service. So if you have a data set on your own computer, you can upload it using Stages, and we will host it for you, and then you can load that data into your database. So let's see how that looks. So I have my Mac Finder window. I'm going to, where I have the data set, I'm going to drop it into, so I have my food underscore order.csv data set. I'm going to drop it into the Stages upload file, and I'm going to upload this file. This is, there we go. So now food hub dot or order.csv is on our storage service. What we can do with this is to actually create the database, right? So we can load this data to the database that we created. So let's do load to database. We choose that workspace one, and we choose the database that we had created. So food hub database, and the table order kind of defaults to food hub underscore order, which was the name of the CSV file that I had selected. And see here, we are able to generate a notebook just by uploading the CSV. And this is really magical. I mean, this makes things very simple to get started. So as you see, it creates a notebook, and notebooks, just for reference, if you continue down on the left sidebar, notebooks are on your develop navigation, and you'll see notebooks. You can have personal or shared notebooks. So shared notebooks are the notebooks that are shared across your organization. So I'm in my own organization right now, and so this gets created under the personal notebook. So this is my notebook, and it's already populated. See, we've got it uses, so this first cell here, right, it creates the table, and it creates the table based on the fields that we had in the CSV. So the order ID, customer ID, all of these fields are created. Let's just run this and make sure it works. So execution and execute it, right? So we have the table created. Now, this is how things get so easy with Stages. So the pipeline creation, Stages takes care of the pipeline creation. It has specified what pipeline to create, how to load the data using Stages, and there's a bunch of useful ads that it has created to make things easier for you. It's formatted the CSV as well. So let's run through this, and we've got we have loaded the data from our CSV into the table that was created in the previous cell. Now, the pipeline is, let's start this pipeline to make sure that the data is actually in our table. And we can monitor the pipeline for errors. This is a nice to have for more complicated commands. And now let's just check whether the data actually got loaded into the table we had created. So this is just a select star statement. This is 100. I don't want 100 lines here, so I'm going to limit it to 5, and just let's check if that works. Okay, so we have our data, order IDs, customer IDs, everything loaded, and it's that fast. You have a working database at this point. You can actually query this data. So that's our last step. So what would be interesting to query? As you can see, this is a simple order table. It's got restaurant names and cost of the order, and so on. So maybe we just query, and I've got this written up on my Visual Code Studio, but maybe it's just interesting to query what is, let's say, the average order value. So I'm going to copy my average order value SQL query. So let me add a query here. So what is the order average order value? It's a simple select for average on the cost of the order from this table. Let's just run that and make sure that it works. So yeah, $16.49 or almost 50 cents for the average order. Now this is fairly simple. I'm going to run another simple query. What is the total number of orders on this data set that we have? So select count and the order ID, and that should work. All right, so 1,898 rows, a fairly small data set. But what if you wanted to do something a little bit more involved, right? So, and you don't really, you're not the best at SQL, like maybe like me, right? So let's see if we can use SquirrelBot to actually create a query for us. So I'm going to turn this code with Squirrel on, and I'm going to ask Squirrel to help us generate a query to run this. So let's see. So we've got what if we wanted to, so there's cuisine type, right? So what if we wanted to find out what is the most popular cuisine type for this food delivery company? So Squirrel can actually, create a query for you. It needs a little bit of handholding, but we're getting better. But let's see what kind of query you can write. So I want to specify what table this Squirrel should work with, and so I'm gonna give it that much handholding. So I have a table called Food Hub Database, and I'm gonna I have these fields which I want to use. So you may not actually need all of these fields, but I'm going to allow it to have some guidance, just like with prompt engineering. So I have a table, food hub underscore database, and food hub order, and I'm specifying the fields that I'm interested in. So let me ask Squirrel to write the query for us. So write a query to find out the most popular cuisine type. So let me say generate, and Squirrel is doing its thing. It's going to look up everything that it knows and try to generate a query for us. And let's see what it came up with. So select cuisine type from food hub order and order by count. I think, okay, so this looks okay, but let me see if it really works. So it came up with, so yeah, it added the cell and select cuisine type from food hub and group by cuisine type. I think it's missing a field, but let's see what it came up with. So it actually, oh yeah, so if I had added a count star for cuisine type, I would have also seen the number of orders that were received for the American cuisine type. But if you go back to your database, the data set, you will be able to double check that American is the most popular cuisine type that's ordered. And so there we have it. We have showed you how to sign up. We've showed you, how to load, how to create a workspace, how to create a database, how to run simple queries on your database.